The delivery that changed everything, a Brisha Vibes original story. The city was alive with motion, cars honking, engines humming, footsteps echoing across wet pavements. Amid the chaos rode a young man named Ethan Blake, a delivery driver whose dreams were far bigger than the small, battered motorbike he rode. Every day he wove through traffic, dodging buses and rain puddles, with nothing but a paper bag full of someone else's lunch strapped behind him. He didn't have much: a shared apartment, a few worn-out shoes, and an old phone that buzzed constantly with new delivery orders. But he had heart, and every time he looked at the skyline, with its tall glass towers glowing in the sunlight, he whispered the same promise to himself. "One day," he murmured, tightening his helmet strap, "one day I'll deliver more than just food." That Thursday afternoon began like any other. The city air was thick with drizzle, and his phone pinged with a new delivery. One final order before the end of his shift. He smiled wearily, started his engine, and sped toward the heart of downtown. As he approached a busy intersection, Ethan slowed at a red light. The streets glistened with rain, and people hurried across, clutching umbrellas. Then suddenly the calm shattered. A loud screech tore through the air. A black luxury sedan was spinning out of control, tires screaming on the wet asphalt. Ethan's eyes widened. He saw a woman in a white suit crossing the road, frozen in shock. The car was seconds away from hitting her. He didn't think, he didn't plan, he just moved. In one swift motion, Ethan leapt off his bike, sprinted into the street, and tackled the woman to the ground as the car slammed into a lamppost behind them. The impact sent glass flying, people screamed. Smoke rose from the crumpled hood. For a moment, the world went silent except for the rain tapping against the pavement. Ethan helped the woman sit up. She was trembling, her eyes wide but alive. "Are you okay?" he asked.
I think so," she whispered.
He nodded, picked up his helmet, and walked away quietly as onlookers rushed toward the scene. He didn't even notice that one of the bystanders had taken a picture of him helping her, a photo that would later make headlines. That night, the woman couldn't sleep. Her name was Amelia Rivers, CEO of Rivers Tech Industries, one of the most powerful technology companies in the city. She had spent her life surrounded by business deals, security teams, and boardroom politics. Yet it took a complete stranger, a delivery man, to save her life. She replayed the scene again and again. His quickness, his courage, his humility, as he walked away without waiting for thanks. The next morning, she made a call. "Find that delivery driver," she told her assistant.
"I need to see him."
2 days later, Ethan's phone rang. "Mr. Blake, you've been requested for a personal delivery to Rivers Tech headquarters," the voice said. Ethan frowned, confused but accepted. When he arrived, security escorted him to the 25th floor, a space filled with glass, soft lighting, and the quiet hum of power. Inside the office sat the same woman from the accident.
"Do you remember me?"
she asked, smiling warmly. Ethan blinked.
"You're the lady from the street, the one I—" "Yes," she said, finishing his sentence.
"One you saved," she extended her hand. "I'm Amelia Rivers." Ethan hesitated, then shook it.
"Ethan Blake. Ethan," she said, "you risked your life for a stranger."
"You didn't even wait to be thanked." "I just did what anyone would do," he said, quietly. "No," she replied, leaning forward. "Most people would have done nothing." She asked about his life, his work, his goals. Ethan admitted he had always wanted to start his own delivery company, one that treated riders better and used smart systems to manage routes. He spoke shyly but with passion. Amelia listened carefully, then smiled. "You have ideas," she said, "good ones. What if you came to work for me? Not as a rider, but as part of our logistics team." Ethan stared at her, unsure if he had heard correctly. "Me? Work for Rivers Tech?" "Yes," she said simply.
"You saved my life. Now let me help you build yours." That moment changed everything.
Weeks passed, then months. Ethan worked harder than anyone, showing creativity and determination that surprised everyone in the company. He redesigned delivery systems, cut costs, and improved efficiency. His name began circulating in meetings, the rider who became a rising star. Amelia watched him closely, impressed not just by his skills, but by his humility. He never bragged, never forgot where he came from. One morning, she called him into her office again. "Ethan," she said, "you've done something remarkable here, but I think it's time for your next step." "Next step?" he asked. "Yes. Rivers Tech is ready to back your idea, your own delivery startup. We'll invest, you'll..."